Well, I'm a huge advocate for specialty care for early psychosis. So if somebody is within the first year or 2 years of a psychotic illness and you see them in a general practice, but you have access or they have access to a coordinated specialty care program in their community, I strongly urge you to make that referral. The amount of support that a coordinated specialty care program can by definition provide is just immense. Our providers, our therapists in our program have a maximum caseload of 20 people. And when they get up to 20 people, they are overworked. And that gives you a sense of how intense the care must be, because a general therapist in an outpatient practice might have 200 people. So it's an intense, immersive program of care. Even if a provider is extremely experienced in the care of psychosis, unless they're able to go out to that person's home like twice a week or go to their school and meet with the Office of Disabilities or go out to their job on a multiple time a week basis, they're just not going to be able to provide that level of care. So I strongly urge them to refer. The title Coordinated Specialty Care comes from an NIMH trial called the RAISE trial, which mostly published in about 2014. Or thereabouts, and that was a really comprehensive, complicated clinical trial with 2 arms, and I won't get into all of it. But so coordinated specialty care comes from the RAISE trial. It has its roots in care that started in Australia in the mid-1990s. There's a psychiatrist there named Patrick McGorry who developed really the first early episode model of care, and the RAISE trial adopted it pretty closely. Coordinated specialty care refers to a multidisciplinary team of treaters who essentially surround a person with psychosis in a non-hierarchical model. So there is the therapist, there's a supported employment specialist, supported education specialist, there's a nurse, there's a psychiatrist or other prescriber, there's sometimes an occupational therapist, there's usually a peer specialist, sometimes there's a dedicated family therapist, but it's a lot of people each with their own sort of unique and specialized role on the team, each providing care in an organized, multidisciplinary way to an individual, and often providing that care in the community, like going out to people's homes. And so that's for this country, a very unique model of care. We have 9 programs, and we do program evaluation so that encompasses all those 9 programs. And actually we have some very recent data that just came out at the 24-month mark that show that we in Pennsylvania have reduced the percent of people hospitalized, or the number of participants hospitalized by 90%, the number of hospital days by 94%. We've reduced suicide attempts by 67%. We've increased employment by 200% and increased school enrollment in over 18. So these are people who've ostensibly are meant to have finished high school. We've increased by 135%. So huge improvements in care, huge cost savings. And we're not the only state to show these remarkable outcomes. If there's a provider agency or a county state that wants to be providing coordinated specialty care, I urge them to get coordinated specialty care training. It is not enough, I think, to simply read the manuals, although there's some really great written literature out there now. But I think that experience of having your team get specialty training is unparalleled in its power. So there's a number of training institutes now, there's a number of places people can go for training, and in fact, On Track New York, in partnership, I think with NIMH, is actually rolling out an online training as a pilot study. But there's training available, and I urge them to find it.